March, many Canadians thinking about March break, but COVID-19 has created a precarious situation for travelers, and Ottawa has advisories for Canadians planning to go abroad. The most urgent warnings are for China, Iran, and northern Italy, and Canadians should avoid all non-essential travel to those places. Travelers also being advised to practice special precautions for Japan and South Korea, and a warning for people to be cautious if traveling to Hong Kong and to Singapore as well. For the do's and don'ts of traveling, let's bring in John Kirk, President and Editor-in-Chief for Travel Pulse Canada. Thanks for coming in today.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Obviously, Canadians are thinking, okay, I've got something booked. I want to take the kids away. Do they need to cancel or do they need to consider canceling?
You know, it's a personal choice. I'm set to go next week on vacation with my family for March break. We're not canceling. We're taking the necessary precautions that you should take prior to making your departure. So, you know, it's really a personal choice.
Canadians are thinking, a lot of them, right? Florida, Cuba,
Yeah.
the Dominican Republic, maybe Mexico. What's your take on those places?
I mean, at the end of the day, again, it's a personal choice. So you have to make that decision if you want to travel to those destinations. But what I would say is there are cancellation insurance policies that are in place that you can take advantage of. If you have purchased a insurance policy that has cancellation insurance associated with it, and you bought that prior to a known event or prior to a destination that's been in a ban or a very high-level warning or something along those lines, then your cancellation insurance will be effective if you have the cancellation insurance that you purchased. There's a component of cancellation insurance called CFAR, or cancel for any reason. Mm-hmm. That element of your insurance is highly recommended. You know, it's largely available through travel agents, and when you make your travel arrangements or your bookings through them, you can purchase that. That will allow you, you must buy it within 72 hours of making your transaction, your booking, but that will allow you basically to cancel for virtually any reason up into 72 hours in some cases prior to your departure.
So if you were booking today to go away next week, the week after, how does it look for cancellation insurance? Could you still buy it, but it would not include a COVID-19 outbreak? Do things change now that we're in the middle of this?
Well, today some insurance companies have declared the COVID virus as a known event now. So even if you were to purchase cancellation insurance for a booking that you made today onwards, you would have the cancellation insurance would not be effective.
So you have to ask specifically, or would they offer that up?
In Ontario, with the Travel Industry Council of Ontario and the Act, you must actually, a travel agent must offer you travel insurance, and as a consumer, you have to physically deny or decline that insurance.
But would they tell you that COVID-19 is not covered?
It's their obligation to do so.
To tell you that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cruises, because obviously cruises have been more in the news with people getting sort of trapped in quarantines as a result. Would you recommend people cruises for the March break?
You know, it's ironic. I was talking today to a senior representative from a cruise line today, and cruise lines have got probably one of the highest levels of concern for cleanliness on board cruise ships. Now, one cruise line in particular now, the buffets, if you want to have food service delivered to you in a buffet, that's happening for you. They have full hand washing stations, which are mandatory before you go into a restaurant. So at the end of the day, you know, again, it comes down to a personal choice. I will say that there's a push right now for the younger audience, the 45 and under, where they're really taking advantage of some incredible pricing right now. They feel like they're impervious, that they're not within that, you know, that range of concern. So they're taking advantage of some of the pricing that's available.
Very quickly, if you're on a quarantine ship, and this might be, we're not sure yet,
yeah,
and you're quarantined, you missed your flight home, will your flight home be covered, or are you?
Likely not. I mean, in that case, you really should check with your insurance provider, your travel insurance provider. The big news, I think, that happened yesterday within the travel industry, and we're a very close-knit community in Canada. What's happened in the last day, a lot of news came out last night where Sunwing Vacations, Air Canada Vacations, WestJet, Air Canada Mainline, Air Transat Holidays, a lot of the major tour operators that are offering southern destinations have put in place really very, very flexible change and cancellation and deferred booking processes that are in place. So if you made a booking between, it varies, but in general rules, it's between March 4th, March 3rd, up to the 17th or the 31st in some cases. And if you made your booking within that window, they're allowing you the flexibility to cancel or to change within certain parameters that will give you the flexibility that you need. And Sunwing offers their CFAR insurance as well for, I think it's $50 per person. Air Canada Vacations got it as well. So you're allowed to book cancel within 72 hours. So really, that's probably the biggest takeaway, that if you do want to travel and if you have made the decision to travel, because it's a great, big, beautiful world out there,
yeah.
and we should still be should be enjoying it. But that's the component that you should look for sure, is the CFAR, cancel for any reason.
Got it. John Kirk, appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.